Have you ever gotten a message about one of your properties and got, this is entirely way too good to be true? Well, it probably was, and it's probably a scam. We're going to share with you 4 of the top real estate scams that are out there and what you can do to avoid them and spot them when they show up in your life. Let's get into it. Real estate scam number 1. Now, this is the rental real estate scam. Now, most often, these properties are actually available, listed and live in the market, either for rent or for sale. But the scammers go and make copies and repost them at a deeply discounted rate in order to drive consumers to it that they want to come and see the property. And this is where 5.2 million people a year fall victim to this scam. And they actually go out and send them money thinking it's just part of the process. Be careful if you hear about this scam and someone wants money from you up front before you go to see it. It's a scam, and don't do it. The second real estate scam we're going to dive into today is wire fraud. Now, this is one of the most difficult ones to avoid. And what happens is the scammers hack your email of people that are actively in real estate and looking at real estate, and they lay in wait and they monitor your email that they've hacked into. And what they do is they wait for the time to come where you send and initiate the wire for the down payment. And what they'll do is they'll send you fraudulent wire instructions. And actually, people will wire hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And this is one of the biggest scams and one of the most painful ones out there in the market today. The third real estate scam that we're going to get into is the bait and switch. The scammer will post something that's just way too good to be true. It's a property that's deeply discounted at 50 cents on the dollar, and it's totally a scam. They were never actually probably marketing that property. That property was probably a stock photo and never even existed, or may not even be in the market that you're looking in. So always go back and check and see if it's actually listed by the person that you're talking to and that they're actively in the business of marketing, selling, or renting real estate. The fourth real estate scam is copy of your deed real estate scam. Now, this one for me particular is very frustrating because this is where the scammers go and pull public records of people that recently bought or sold properties and send a very official looking letter that says, hey, in order to get a copy of your deed for your property that you just purchased, you need to send us some money at this address and we'll send you a copy of your deed. Now, this is just not true because the scammer has gone to public records in order to identify their targets of who they're going to scam. So whenever you have a question about copies of your deed, just reach out to the professionals that were involved, your attorney, your closing company, your realtor. They can help you get those copies because you're absolutely due access to those. So now the question everybody wants the answer to is, how can I avoid scams or spot them? So there's 4 keys that create the recipe for a scam. The first one is that the person has reached out and does not have proper documentation. The second way is they're acting and pressuring you quite quickly to take action quite quickly. The third way is that it's just too good to be true. And the fourth way is if they're asking you for money or a deposit or some kind of trust, escrow, down payment, etc. That is part of the process, but it doesn't happen, just out of the blue. It's a process that goes through this. The best way to avoid all of these scams is to engage. If you're thinking that there might be a scam, always engage your trusted real estate professional. That could be your realtor, your loan officer, your attorney. Engage them because we deal with this all the time and we might be very familiar with it, but we're also going to know if it doesn't sound just right. I hope you're doing well. I hope these keys about scams and how to avoid them was helpful, and I hope to see you out there real soon. And until we connect again, keep on keeping on.